Hi there, this is Teacher Ola Podcast, episode 219, Think in English. Do you struggle with speaking English? Does it block you from achieving your true goals? This is the place for you. This is Teacher Ola Podcast. My name's Ola Mierniczak. I'm a teacher empowering English learners to become confident speakers. I firmly believe that the key to fluency is in your pocket. Join my Top People newsletter for weekly motivation and free materials. Go to teacherola.com/newsletter. Enjoy your journey to fluency. Happy learning! Hey there, welcome to today's episode. In this lesson, I'll walk you through a simple and effective way to think and speak in English. Today, we'll dive into a method that will help you speak English fluently. Excited? Let's dive in. This is a kind of a speaking exercise, and I'd like you to do this daily. I mean every day, at least once a day. Thinking in English, in fact, does not really exist. It's because our thinking actually doesn't happen in words, right? If we think really in words because of some kind of an internal dialogue, in my case, it happens when I'm stressed or scared, then if we think in words, we do it in our mother tongue. That's it. Research shows this and it's proven. But now, what we can do for sure is this. We can automate our speaking in a foreign language. One technique that is extremely helpful is shadowing. Go to episode 17 to learn all about shadowing. Now, today, I'd like you to learn another technique that is extremely effective in training your brain to create sentences in English automatically, without translating them from your mother tongue, in your case, from Polish, in our case, from Polish. So this is a 5-step process, and here it comes. Before we go through the 5 steps, we should analyze step 0. Step 0 is you choose a person. You choose a person. So choose a person that you see on a given day. Anyone. Someone you see on the street, on a bus, some stranger, okay? Not a friend, not a colleague, a stranger. Look at that person and go through 5-step process. Step 1, who? Make a sentence answering the question, who? Listen to an example. This is a woman in her early 40s. She's a vet and she's single. Right. I don't know these things, of course, right? So I just made them up. I look at the woman and I make up a story. I answer the question, who? And that's what you do with the stranger. Let's move on to step 2, what? I'm asking myself, what? I'm thinking in English and speaking to myself in a quiet voice because I don't want to look crazy. What? What is she doing? This is my answer again, but it's just an example. So she's waiting for a bus. She always commutes by bus because it's her favorite form of transport. She hates driving the car through the city. She prefers to relax, dream about her future, visualize her goals, read a book, or simply scroll social media. So, in this step, you answer the question, what? You have to use your imagination. Think in English. Create short and simple sentences directly in English. You think it's impossible? It is totally doable if you do it on purpose. As we said before, thinking doesn't happen in words unless you do it consciously. So go on and consciously choose to make sentences in English. Step 3, when? So now you're thinking about the routine activity of that person. So continuing my example with a 40-year-old single vet, I'm saying to myself, she goes by bus from Monday to Thursday at the same time, that is 8 o'clock a.m. and in the afternoon she commutes back home at 5 p.m. She doesn't work on Fridays. She's self-employed and she's decided to have her Fridays off. Step 4. Where? This question is just a prompt, just like all other questions. It's just a trigger for you, for your creative juices to start flowing, okay? Where? Talk to yourself about anything that jumps to mind with connection to the word where. So here's my answer. She lives in the outskirts of the city. She likes the serenity of her home and the neighborhood. See? I could talk about her workplace, about the place where she spends her free Fridays. Use your imagination. Step 5. Why? The same situation, you know the drill. Talk about anything that is connected with the story so far, but also something that answers the Socratic question, why? This is my example answer. She's a vet because she's always been drawn to animals. She cares about them and feels they're like friends, loyal, loving, trusting. That's it. A 5-step plan that'll help you, guide you, navigate you in practicing so-called thinking in English. Who, what, when, where, why. You can automate creating sentences in English. Gain that fluency by practicing. Nothing teaches you more than a good practice. It's like with learning how to cook. You can read a lot about cooking. You can read the recipes. But notice how much that experience of learning the theory differs from what experiencing real cooking is, right? The same goes for a foreign language. You can read and learn forever, but what will take you to that next level is speaking. So speak every day. And now let's practice. Start speaking right here, right now. Listen and repeat the sentences out loud. Research shows this. It's proven. Research shows this. It's proven. We can automate our speaking in a foreign language. We can automate our speaking in a foreign language. Someone you see on the street, on a bus, some stranger. Someone you see on the street, on a bus, some stranger. She's a vet and she's single. She's a vet and she's single. She always commutes by bus because it's her favorite form of transport. She always commutes by bus because it's her favorite form of transport. You have to use your imagination. You have to use your imagination. She's self-employed and she's decided to have her Fridays off. She's self-employed and she's decided to have her Fridays off. She lives in the outskirts of the city. She lives in the outskirts of the city. She likes the serenity of her home and the neighborhood. She likes the serenity of her home and the neighborhood. Gain that fluency by practicing. Gain that fluency by practicing. That's it for today. I hope you've learned a lot and I hope you'll implement this technique today. Do it consistently for a week and you will see the difference. Go on for another week and watch what happens. Catch me on Instagram, let me know you're a podcast listener, and let me know you've done the 5-step plan and how it worked for you. Don't forget to complete the worksheet for this episode. It's available at teacherola.com/219, or you've got it in your inbox if you're a member of Top People, of course. I'll be back next week. Until then, stay fearless, keep speaking, and take care. My name's Ola Mierniczak, and you are listening to Teacher Ola Podcast. Bye for now. Till next time.